So what's up guys, welcome back to a new weekly recap. Today I'm gonna recap my bias and just my thoughts throughout the week and most importantly my bias because I think my bias game is pretty decent. And also my psychology throughout the week. So let's get into it. Let's start with Monday. Monday I took one trade which was a break even. Let's get into that on replay mode. So um, before market open, let's go there. Bang at 9 o'clock. Maybe do this though. What? Wait, I'm gonna do that again. Give me a sec, guys. So on Monday, what was I looking for on Monday, the 4th of May? Where the flip are we? Okay, here. So let's go to market open. Bang. So what was I looking for at the higher time frame? We were still at all-time highs. Pretty easy day in my opinion, bias-wise. Simple range, we draw out our higher time frame ranges. From here to here, we tap OTE. We tap OTE as well as this inverse wick CE, if I'm not right. Yeah. So we tap this inverse wick and the OTE of that range. Most importantly is this OTE of the range. We reject super beautifully, holding this 4-hour gap as well, confirming the bullish bias and bullish order flow. So I wanted to see us take these highs and obviously also all-time highs. Then the 50-minute, what was I looking for? I wanted to see a lower time frame manipulation into this low to rebalance this little internal range. Because look, this range is not rebalanced yet. We need to rebalance that first on NQ or ES, and then we can go higher again for those draws on liquidities. So I wanted to see either this, or I wanted to see a sweep maybe into this gap here and then go lower, or I wanted to see some continuation longs like that. So let's go to the 1 minute and play the chart. So market open, we manipulated down like I wanted to. How did I take my entries? There's no entry right. It was a pretty choppy day for me. I wanted this sweep before starting for longs, but I saw these rejections, so it could have been longing right here. I just wasn't confident, so I waited for a new range to get formed like this. Then I wanted this range to get rebalanced, which we didn't do here, if I'm correct. Oh, we did do it there. Did I take my entry there? No, I did not take my entry there because kind of I was kind of hesitating because of all the SMTs we had on the bearish side, so I waited for a clear proper range. Then we made beautiful SMTs, like SMT like this. Couldn't find an entry in here, then I waited again. We made a new SMT with super nice SMTs right here. An SMT like this, bang, and an SMT like this. So that was like, okay, that is super valid, as well as this internal range holding in the CE and in OTE. So there is where I looked for my entry. Next candle I entered, we had beautiful displacement, good volume. I entered like this. I targeted this draw on liquidity. My entry is a little bit higher, so I target at least a 5R. So I did it like this, and I got broke even. Look, break even trade. A little bit lower though. That is. Break even trade. Unfortunate because after we ran to TP. So again, my bias was right. Just some unfortunate break even trade. But still, I think I did pretty okay on Monday because this was a really choppy day. So yeah, I think I did pretty okay. Then as well as my psychology was pretty fire because I didn't crash out. I played this setup and I noticed like, okay, conditions are not favorable, so I went off after that one attempt. So I think I did pretty decent on that. Then going to Tuesday, go to the 15. Wait, then go to the 15. Tuesday, Tuesday was pretty easy. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Tuesday was really easy. 9:30. Okay, so we open like this. Let me check what I took on Tuesday. That's the 5th, right? The 5th, yeah. Okay, so what was I looking for? Higher time frame again, pretty bullish. Super nice continuation out of this range. This is the same range from Monday. So that confirmed my bullish bias. Then I scaled to the lower time frames and I wanted to see any sort of rebalance to start longing. So either all the way up to here to rebalance this gap and this OTE of the range, but we didn't get that. But we also made a new range right here, so this can also be something to play with. Onto the 50-minute, we had this nice 50-minute range that I needed to get rebalanced. So ideally, I wanted to see a sweep into this, and then I can see longs. Trading at all-time highs is pretty now not easy, but like pretty straightforward. Like you want to take longs, you do not want to like try and catch a top. Just go with the trend and take longs until it doesn't work anymore. You know. Um. So market open went up. I don't care. I'm still looking for this key level to get hit. We didn't hit that, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we didn't hit that. Oh, we SM. No, no, I know it again. I know it again. We SMT'd the ski level, and I wanted to take an entry right here, but I just couldn't. I didn't have my entry model there. I know a lot of people who had like who trade this like same entry model as me, and they took this entry, but I just didn't have my criteria met for my entry, so I couldn't take the straight. But this was my important range to get rebalanced, but we rebalanced this range on ES with a beautiful SMT, showing good volume, holding these gaps, good volume, 10-point stop, and that's how a lot of people played that. I couldn't take that because there wasn't an entry for me. I was looking for an entry there, but the entry didn't present itself, so I couldn't take it. But look, that will hit TP for a 5R even more. I'm like, but yeah, I just couldn't take this. After this, I was like, do I really want to be on the chart after missing out on this trade? But I stayed on, but I was really, really, really patient. Let me recheck what I took. Yeah, so I was really patient. I saw a lot of people entering here. I just wanted a new range to get rebalanced. So that is exactly what I looked for. And that is what happened a little bit later here. Bang. Okay, so here we built our new range, which is this little range right here. We rebalance that into the CE as well as into a 50-minute gap. Yeah, so we are at all-time highs. We make a new 50-minute range. We rebalance that into the 50% of that range as well as into 5-minute gaps with beautiful SMTs. Then I started to see rejections, so I entered on my entry model on the next candle. Bang. Let me check where my entry was. It was at the top of this candle. Bang, bang. I targeted the all-time high for a 5.1 R and I got broke even, went up like 20 points ish. Yeah, 24, 25 points, and then I got broke even. But I saw us making a new SMT right here, so I gave myself another shot at the same setup. Let me check where my entry was one candle later. I saw me having the same entry model, just another manipulation like with an SMT right there, and I entered right here. Yeah, targeting the all-time highs again, nothing crazy. I did get break even here, if I'm correct. Yeah, I did get break even here. I played this perfectly, but I went break even too early when I saw us going up like the slightest bit of profit, 6 points. Yeah, that was my bad. Yeah, that was just my bad. That's fully my bad. But I think my trade was still valid. Good trade, well played on my end, but just an unfortunate management on my end because this was a beautiful 5-hour trade. You can even hold that for longer. Just use your standard deviation tool. This your manipulation leg. Use standard deviation. Target -2, and this will probably get hit if I'm correct. Will this get hit? Maybe not. Yeah, damn, bro, I'm not. This should get hit. -1 did get hit. Look, -1 did get hit. Will -2 hit? That's, I don't know, bro. Like, I don't want to be in this that long, with all this chop. So that's why I target at least a minimum 5R. But I don't know if this will hit. Yeah, I'm not playing it out. Am I? Okay, that's enough. But yeah, the idea is there. You can just use your standard deviation target on -1, -2, whatever you want to see. Yeah, this was a pretty easy day. Either take an entry right here or take an entry like I did right there. Target your 50 to 100 points and get off. Psychology wise, I did pretty decent being patient after missing this setup. This is a beautiful setup and the best setup of the day with good market open volume. This was also a fire setup, but this is just way better in my opinion, volume wise. But yeah, I think bias was pretty clear. Bullish, look for longs, easy longs, and just take longs, you know? Yeah, that was Tuesday. Then I will skip, by the way, guys. I didn't trade on Thursday, so I will be skipping over Thursday because, yeah, I don't want to do some hindsight bias. That's just useless. So, yeah, I'm going to do Wednesday and then I'll do Friday. So it will be like 4 days only. Let's see. Wednesday was also kind of free, I think it was. Bang. Okay, like this. Let me see what I took on. Um, Let me see what I took on my account. Okay, so my bias going to the 4 hour time frame. We are still at all-time highs. So what do I want to do? I want to look for longs. We did have a new day opening gap right here, but I didn't really care because like, is that really important in a all-time high market like that? If we're still holding this range, is that really important? No, it's not. So that is why I wanted us to hold this range. Why? We have clear levels right here as this inverse wick right here, this OB holding as well as this extended OB holding. Just clear just a clear whatever you want to use like support and resistance, just a clear level where we can bounce from, because this is the last all-time high. We flip that, we break out, we retest, and then we can go higher again, as well as this 1 hour OB, as well as this beautiful OTE respect. So yeah, that is why I was bullish. What did I want to see? I wanted to see longs up to anywhere to this gap or all-time highs. So let's see what happened. Um, I had some key levels here for a bearish manipulation. I was even thinking about longing pre-market right here, but I didn't because, yeah, that's just not my model. But I was really confident in longs. Look at this low resistance liquidity that's built up right there. That's just some beautiful low resistance that, and we need to take all of that out. So yeah, that was quite obvious. But I had some key levels lower here. So on the next candle, market open candle, we take those key levels out beautifully, and then I can look for longs. So yeah, I looked for longs there. I had a beautiful entry right there on the next candle, but I got wicked out by ticks. I'm pretty sure it was ticks. Took it like this. I was targeting all of that low resistance liquidity. Let me double check. It was up to here. Something like this. Yeah, something like this. I'm not pretty sure, but let's say that's something like this. I got wicked out, so that's -1 hour. Then I was still really confident in the bullish bias there. If there was a 30-second inverse here, I would have definitely played this. So that is why I'm confident in taking my entries right here. Because before this model, I traded the inversion fair value gaps. Then we retap my levels. Um, we retap my levels right here. So I had some levels down here. We sweep those levels. We get my entry model. I enter once. I got stopped out by a couple ticks, so that's -1 hour. Then I see my entry model again. I enter again, got broke even right here, and then no, there was even a loss. There was even a loss at -2 hour, and then I gave myself a last try on the re-entry, and that played out. I took a 5R there because I was like greedy. I would say I was greedy. Yes, for sure. I was 2R deep, so I didn't want to end -2R there. So I was like, yeah, I'll just take the 50 points and get off. So that's why I did. I took 3R there on the day. A little bit less, 2.4 I think it was, because of the slippage and stuff. In hindsight, you could have just held it like up to here. I'm pretty sure this did get hit. Oh wow, wow. Break even and then it hits, right? Oh, not even. But yeah, okay. Look, break even and then it hits. But yeah, I did. This was pretty solid. My bias was right. I took a couple trades here, 3 trades, but I think they were solid entries, so I'm pretty satisfied with them. I think I did good today. Bias wise, my bias was spot on again. Bullish, manipulation down, sweep the key levels, and then look for the longs. So that is exactly what I did. Sweep into my lowest fair value gap right here. Bang. Sweep into that, and then look for the longs. Targeting all-time highs, but I don't need that much. So I targeted 50 points because it was -2R already because of the. But I was so unlucky. Otherwise, that would have been a phenomenal trade if this entry just held. Look, that's crazy, bro. Targeting this is 16R, so that's a little bit unfortunate. But I gotta be grateful. I still took a free R dub there. So yeah, that was my Wednesday. Psychology-wise, I did great. Obviously, when you take a W, it's not that hard to log off. Like it's way harder to log off when you're red or when you're struggling. So yeah, I think uh, psychology-wise, my Wednesday was pretty fire, pretty okay. Then Thursday I skipped because I had a school project that was kind of annoying, but I think I would have got chopped up on Thursday, so I'm still grateful for that. And then lastly, we have Friday. As you can see, I took a crazy trade on Friday, but I choked it again. So I gotta fix those little mistakes, but I will get there. So on Friday, same story, bro. It's always the same story. We are still at all-time highs, so I want longs. I want longs. No clear range to rebalance besides of here, maybe something like this to get rebalanced. So yeah, that wasn't really something really clear. So I went to the lower time frame and used the lower time frame ranges. Um, like here, bang to bang into this OTE, and this range was also pretty clear. So we manipulate into this OTE of the range, and then you can even use whatever range. You know, look, 50% of this range, 50% of this range. No, no, not 50% of this range, but there are some ranges you can use. You just gotta figure it out yourself what works for you. We swept on market open to the downside, holding this 5-minute gap. That was my condition. I needed this 5-minute gap to hold for me to look for longs. So, 930 manipulates down. Okay, listen up. We manipulate down. We make amazing SMTs. We already have this SMT. We make a new SMT like that. Super clean SMT as well as holding this 5-minute gap beautifully. So that's exactly what I was looking for, as well as 50-minute range OTE. If I'm not stupid here. Yeah, look, 50-minute OTE of the range. They got hit by singular tick, so that was super clear. With that volume, I entered. Let me double check where I entered. I entered really, really, really good. Well, like exactly here, targeting the all-time highs, but I'm a pussy and I trailed because I saw a lot of profit. I got stopped out like with 2R profit, and then we ran to full TP. Obviously, that's my bad. I gotta fix those mistakes. Those are little mistakes that I can fix because my bias is on point, my entries are on point. I just gotta learn how to take losses, and I need to learn how to hold my trades and trail my stops better. Besides that, I think Friday was pretty clear. We manipulate down into OTE of the range, holding that bullish order flow with the bullish bias. Look how bullish we look. We manipulate down into what? Into this OB as well. That was also a really clean key level I had. Into this OB, into the 5-minute gap that we hold. We hold this little 5-minute gap right there. I don't know if you saw it. Yeah, okay, so the 1 hour OB, 5-minute gap, bang. Look for longs there, manipulation down. 930 Judo swing to the downside into the 5-minute gap, making double SMT. Then I got my entry model and I took that. With 2R profit, I should have been either, look, I could have got break even right here, depends on my fill. So it was either going to be a break even trade or a 9R dub. That would have been crazy. I know a lot of people took it even higher, like this ran for big times. Look, bro, that's insane. You can catch like big trades like that, 20R. Obviously, this probably be the top, not even. That's crazy. And look, you can trail from low to low, you know. This a clean low, trail to this low, guarantees yourself a 6R. Trail to this low, guarantees yourself a 16R. And let's see how that plays out. We make a new we make a new low right here, trail to this low, Guarantees yourself a 20R and bang, that's out at not yet. No, not yet. Okay, now out at 20R. But yeah, look, that's crazy, bro. You can catch big expansions with these kind of models. So I'm glad I switched, but obviously there are still some mistakes that I gotta figure out for myself, like holding trades, taking losses, and be patient for my setup and my setup only. But I think I'm doing pretty good. This week I ended with 3.4R on my funded account. It's already passed, so I'm on the PA. So I think that's pretty fire. Getting getting there with the first payout with these kind of model with this kind of model. So I'm pretty grateful for that. I'm on a 3 week green streak with this model, so like that's nice, you know. I've been trading this for like 5 weeks, I think, so I'm doing pretty fine for myself. Um, yeah, I'm pretty happy that I switched. Like I'm not saying inversion for value gaps don't work, but it's tough, man. It's so tough to take the good setups and skipping the bad ones. And with these kind of models, it's so obvious what you want to take. And yeah, you know, take one and get off. Like with inversion for value gaps, I traded from 9:30 to 11:15, and now I barely trade till 10 a.m. Now I trade from 9:30 till 10:30, the max. You know, the max. So most of the time I'm done before that. But yeah, um, yeah, I think I did pretty fire for myself this week, being right every single day bias wise. Obviously not Thursday because I wasn't trading on Thursday, so like I can't just do hindsight bias on Thursday. So that's why I skipped Thursday. Next week will probably be a full week again because I don't think I have some school stuff to do, but depends. You guys see it in the recap. I appreciate all of you guys. I know this trading stuff is really tough. It takes time, you know. I've been doing this for over 2 years, and it takes time. It's tough, but you will get better. If I compare myself with me 2 years ago, it's crazy difference. Not only trader wise, but personal wise as well. Like I've developed pretty good confidence and pretty good confidence as in like talking to a camera and stuff like that, and just being patient and stuff like that. It is a tough journey. I'm not saying it's easy, like because it seems easy when I do my bias, but obviously I don't know if I'm right in the moment, you know. It's like tough to know if you're right. You just gotta play your bias with your conviction, with your market experience, and don't let anybody else tell you what you need to do, you know. Obviously if you have a mentor, like I still have a mentor as well, and like obviously they can criticize and say what you do good and what you bad, but I don't care what Peter Pan says in my comments. You know, I don't care what little Timmy says in my comments. You know, about me trading a certain model that doesn't work for him but works for me. Because at the end of the day, a lot of people hate on IVGs, but they do work. You know, they do work. I've made 5 figures with IVGs, but um, February and March were pretty bad for me, so that is why I switched, but they still work, you know, they still work. And I know it seems like a that bad, like taking this trading route, but what if it works out, you know? What if it actually works out? You'll be so glad you stick to this shit. So yeah, it can be demotivating taking a lot of loss and stuff, but the main the the most important thing of this trading stuff is being disciplined. Taking 2 losses, get off. Taking a win, get off. You're not liking what you see, get off. The market is not going anywhere, you know? You don't get FOMO, bro. FOMO is such a bad habit. I'm not saying I'm perfect as well, you know. I still have my days where I crash out and stuff like that. And that shouldn't happen. I know that shouldn't, but at the end of the day, I'm still a human, and I've been getting real better with that stuff as well. But yeah, this trading stuff can be really hard, guys. Don't you ever give up. If you have any questions, leave it down in the comments. I've been thinking about doing a new psychology video of just about my life and stuff like that. So let me know down in the comments what you guys want to see. I think my psychology is improving again with this model because I've been building confidence and confidence on the chart with this new model because it is a tight stop. 10 points is quick, you know. You can get wigged out real fast, but I've been uh, building my confidence with a 10-point stop and like accepting, okay, my win rate will be lower, you know. My win rate is gonna be lower with a 10-point stop, but that doesn't mean the expected value will be lower as well, you know, because the RR pushes that up, you know. So yeah, get your data on your model, trade one model and stick to it. Obviously, I'm a bad example of that because I switched models, but you gotta see what works. Take the risk, you know. I took that risk and I'm pretty glad I actually switched because it was pretty tough for me to break through with IFGs. I couldn't get past a 6k month and stuff. So I'm pretty glad I actually switched models. But yeah, I'll try and keep it short here because it's already like a 26-minute video. But yeah, I appreciate you guys a lot. Let me know what you guys want to see. I've been thinking about doing a new psychology video about just my life in general, and yeah, because I think psychology is a pretty big aspect of trading where a lot of people, including myself, struggle with. But I've been doing quite decent lately, so yeah, that's why I was thinking about doing a new video. My account is finally in green again, so I'm pretty grateful for that. Let's see what we can do this week. If I have a great week this week with like 10R, I think I can get a payout with this model. Depends obviously with the consistency rule, but we'll see. Either way, I'm grateful for the model I learned. I've been on a 3-week green streak. Last week was 10R passing the evil. This week 3R, so that's like minus 1R first because I was 11R the week before, and then plus 3R, so now I'm up like 2R on the account. So that's not bad, you know. I'm pretty grateful, and we'll see what we can get this week. At the end of the day, you gotta stay patient and look for your setup. Mm, Besides that, I appreciate you guys. If you guys want to use prop firms and you want to use Lucid, you can use my code. If you use my code SCAPSY on Lucid, it's like 40% off, I think, right now. Send me proof in my DM either on Twitter, on Instagram, or on TikTok, and you'll join the giveaway. Every single payout I get with the affiliate codes, I will do a giveaway, a big giveaway of like, I think it's like, I'll give like a couple accounts this time because the first payout I had with the affiliate was a 25k account, but I want to give back more because the support has been crazy with the Lucid account, so I appreciate that a lot, and I want to give back to you guys. So if you use my code on Lucid, send me proof. I'll put you in a giveaway, and when you win, I will DM you personally because like I don't, I'm not like, bro, DM me in one day. If you're not, I'll give it to someone else. I will DM you personally, give you your account, and yeah, like that, you know. I appreciate you guys. I hope this video is helpful. I know it's been a shorter video, as in like only 4 days instead of 5. But yeah, I don't want to do a hindsight bias on Thursday that I didn't trade myself. So that is why I skipped over Thursday. Appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys soon in the next video.